guess what? The sun is shining, babies. The sun is shining, and that can only mean one thing, and that is time to talk about love. I'm going to talk about love, babies. What are the 6 things that I love about the Streetfighter? So, following on from my recording on a dreary, cold, wet, windy spring evening, where I talked about the 6 things that I like the least about the Streetfighter, today, as predicted, the sun is shining and I can talk about love. And there's a lot of love. There's a lot to talk about, a lot of love to give. And the first thing on my top list of top loves is the engine. It is an absolute peach of a thing. Any gear, anywhere, anytime. This thing is so responsive right the way through the rev range, from low to mid to high. And for those peanuts out there who keep writing stories about the Streetfighter, or videos about the Streetfighter being all high-end, I say you are completely wrong. Completely wrong. And I have ridden all of the high-end super nakeds, hyper nakeds even, and the engine is sublime. Absolutely sublime anywhere. So I'm in 4th gear right now, okay? And at the smallest throttle opening, awesome. Awesome, just this huge build-up of torque. People have called it linear, and yeah, there's a linearness to it, but not like an inline 4 linear. In fact, it's got some sort of turbocharged characteristics to it, I think. Woo! That's just, you know, low to mid RPM, 3rd gear, boom! Awesome. The engine on this is the best engine on any motorcycle I've ever ridden in my life, and second best would be the Multistrada's version of this. But this is better than the Tuono, better than the BMW, better than anything I've ridden. By a country mile, it's so good. I love it. And it is smooth down low, well, smooth enough down low not to be a problem for commuting. Delicious in that mid and mid-high, and absolutely awesome high. It's got everything. So the engine makes this such a fun bike to ride, because you can, with the flick of the throttle, just have a crack anywhere, anytime, and it's fun at any speed. Love it, love it. So that's number 1. Number 2 in my list of loves for the Streetfighter are the looks, and I just love looking at this bike. It's gorgeous, and one of the aspects of the looks, there's something particular about the looks that I want to highlight, and that is the colour of this red. I don't know if this is a slightly new red they're doing, I don't know, but this red, when I put it next to my Multistrada, it's different, and with the black accents and writing on it, it's just beautiful, and makes the thing look like an exotic piece of gear, which it is. I just love looking at it. Everything about it, the way the lights are at the front, the colour, all of the you know, mechanical parts on display, the profile, the stance, the rear end's the best looking rear end of any motorcycle on the road by a mile. Looks wicked. So that's the second thing I love, but particularly the colour, the red. Why you would buy this in any other colour, frankly, is beyond me. Beyond me. Love it. The third thing that I love about the Multistrada is the way it handles, in particular the way it changes direction. Well, two elements of handling actually, the way it changes direction, and the other element is the balance between stability and agility. You will know by now I have a continuum. At this end is stability, at this end is agility. The 210 was here, the MR's here, this is in the middle. Absolutely in the middle. This is the perfect balance between being able to change direction and be stable on a corner at road speeds. And the other handling element is the change of direction. When you are just going from left to a right in the tight stuff, it's super fun, intoxicating fun, and confidence inspiring and deadly accurate. It goes exactly where you want. So good. So we've got the engine, we've got the looks, we've got the handling. Oh, brakes are good too. Woohoo! One of the other things I love about this bike, I love the suspension. Don't know how they've done it. I don't know how they've done it, but this bike and the way they've got this Olin suspension set up, oh, it's just like when you're on the road and you're in race mode, okay, which is out of the box the firmest setting. When you're on the road, that race mode setting, so long as you're not on crazy sort of bumpy roads, it's just Goldilocks. It's not too stiff, it's not too soft, it's perfect. And then when you get out here on some firmer roads and you want to go faster, it's perfect then too, it stiffens up. So this sort of dynamic electronic suspension is sublime. It's way, way better than the BMW. It is absolutely sublime. I love it for the road. It is a standout feature. I've said before, you would buy this bike for its suspension alone. It just feels great. Great, I tell you. And it's so tunable. And you know, it's not going to make my list of top 6, but a feature of this bike that's awesome is the tunability of it on the fly. There's so many things you can do to set this bike up the way you like for various conditions. But the suspension, I mean, I pretty much just leave it in its automatic mode and let it do its thing. Now, when I get on really bumpy, crappy roads, of which there are a few around here, chuck it in road mode, and it'll soften up, and it'll do its thing even better in those conditions. Love it, love it. The fifth thing I love about the Streetfighter, and it is palpable, noticeable, in your face, crazy good, is the riding position. It just feels sick. Now I'm tall, 6'4", okay? So I probably look quite big on this bike, but I don't feel big on this bike. The riding position has this wonderful balance, and that's the thing about the Streetfighter. There's just this balance being struck everywhere. And in the riding position stakes, there's this balance between it being comfortable. Oh, bloody stick. Holy shitballs. I'm going to go around you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do the break dance. Anyway, where were we? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, number 5, the riding position. It's sick, it's so good, because you're sort of upright, your upper body is upright, and it feels comfortable. And by the way, the seat is so comfortable. Not changing this, I'm keeping the original, for sure. But the lower half and the angles, the triangle I call it, it's still aggressive. Like, it's not, technically it's not as aggressive as the Beamer, but it kind of, I don't know, it feels like a perfect balance between aggression and comfort. And when I sort of duck down like this, I get the aggressive stance I want. I'll stick mid-corner. I'm just sort of a bit distracted through here because there's these, you know, that black and white sort of sun through trees, plus those sticks are still on the road. So I'm just having to keep my eyes peeled. But yeah, the particular the particular element of the or aspect of the seating position that I love is the tank, and the way the seat meets the tank, and the way your inner thighs caress the tank, the way your knees caress the tank. It is a very, very integrated experience. It feels like love. Now, if you could make love to a motorcycle, I dare say it'd feel like this. We belong together. We're like meshed. Body and machine meshed together perfectly. And I wouldn't mind betting they have spent thousands of hours working this out on this bike, because it's that good. It's not some accident. It is so much better than any other Ducati I've ridden, including the Multistrada, from a seat, tank, body integration kind of perspective. So it's wonderful. And that's the first impression you get on the bike when you get on it, is the riding position, and in particular your grip around the tank. Wonderful. Bars are nice and close to you, they're not too wide. It's sublime. So that's the fifth one. The sixth thing I love, as I go through 22 speed humps, good test for the brakes and the suspension. The sixth thing I love about this bike, and this is the money shot, right? This is what it's all about. Is one of my subscribers put a comment on one of my videos that kind of alluded to this. This bike feels alive, okay? There is some mechanical sensation going on. Starts orally with the sound of the engine, then it gets translated physically through the handlebars, through the tank and the pegs, through this weird frequency vibration into your soul. This bike feels alive, okay? It's vibey in the most pleasing of ways. So people are whinging about the MR's vibrations because they're annoying and they give you numb hands. I'm not talking about that sort of vibration. I'm talking about this mechanical, alive connection between the bike and you. And the Multistrada's got it as well. Okay, the Panigale V4s did not. It did not have it. The one I had, it did not. The Multistrada's got it. This has got it in even more, of a serving. It's just otherworldly. I cannot explain. You've got to ride it to understand what the hell I'm talking about, because it sounds like some kind of witchcraftery. Okay, and maybe it is. Maybe the people of Ducati have cast a spell on this bike to create this otherworldly sensation, but there is something alive. This bike is not a machine. It is a living entity, and it is integrated with the rider. Now that's 6 things that I love, but I'm going to add another one. I'm going to add a 7th. Okay, I know it's only supposed to be 6, but I'm going to add a 7th because I have to, and it's this. In fact, I'm not going to tell you now. I'm going to tease you. I'm going to just ride around here for a bit, and then I might even get a nice photograph of the bike, and then I'll be back to tell you what the 7th love, the 7th Streetfighter love is. So I'll be right back. Hello, Diavel. That is a brand spanking new Diavel V4 with some serious mods. Serious mods. Check it. Oh, check it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oop. Well, he was a thoroughly nice chap, the owner of that very modified Diavel. He was just telling me did 10 flat, quarter mile on it, and he's done all sorts of stuff. You should hear the bloody thing. Man, that exhaust. Oh, jeez, it's loud. Whoa. Oh, yeah. These things are a great platform for modification. That is for sure. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. The number seven. The seventh heaven. The seventh love. Ducati love. Is simply this. Drum roll, please. The seventh best thing about the Ducati Streetfighter is the way it makes you feel. It makes you feel like you can fly. The combination of all of those 6 highlights, plus a bunch of other things that don't make the top 6, the combination of them has come together to produce this thing that is just makes you feel awesome every time you get on it. Every time I look at it, every time I think about getting on it, and of course every time I get on it, that aliveness combined with the seating position, the engine, the suspension, the handling, the look, it all just comes together to make you feel incredible. And that's what motorcycling is all about. This bike that Ducati have made, the Streetfighter, has been able to transcend all the other bikes I've owned in terms of the way it makes you feel. And the multi-strata does too, by the way. So Ducati have got a magic formula that they are really able to capitalise on here with this V4. And based on the conversation I just had with that gentleman about his Diavel, I'm sure he would feel the exact same way about the V4 Diavel that he's got there, which is on steroids. So there you have it. They are the 7 things I love about the multi-strata. So I hope you enjoyed these 2 short videos on my 6 least likable features and my 6 most lovable features. Hopefully that's providing you with food for thought. If you're sitting there thinking about buying one of these, I'm hoping that this coverage will help you with your decision making. And if you're sitting on the fence about buying one of these, jump off it. Get off that fence and go get one, because it's awesome. See you later.